expressing their talents, expressing their skills, and getting free food. Hello everyone, what's up? This is Miki, and today I am going to answer questions regarding the Young Netizens Club. It was my first year of teaching, that's 2016. I just formed, while I was working as a social media producer for GMA Public Affairs. I created the Facebook page of a school, the St. Teresa's High School Facebook page. For one thing, it was, I think, the Golden Jubilee. So I was thinking of, create a page for the alumni to get aware of all the things that are happening in school, especially in preparation for that Jubilee. So I made the page first, and then I invited my classmates and the alumni I knew then to like the page. So more or less it gained followers, and right after that, that was a year or 2 years after I left Manila. And then when I started teaching, I continued, since I am within the premise inside the school already. So what better way to continue that page, to continue gaining followers in order for them to be informed of with what's happening inside the school. And also specifically the intention is for the alumni at first. So yeah, that motivated me to create first the school FB page, and later on the Young Netizens Club. So I formed that in 2016 together with some students which I know are social media enthusiasts. So there are 4 or 5 of them which I recruited to manage the page, at the same time to create a club, not just only in managing the social media page, but to form activities for students that are social media related. So yes, these were the intentions of the club, to be an information arm, to manage the school page, to post information and other things that make the alumni aware of what's happening inside the school. Tracing back since that day the Young Netizens Club was formed, it has evolved so much. In 2016, when I first formed the club, and it has an approval of the principal back then. So it was a legit club, of course, which its job description includes documentation of the school activities, conducting activities for the students, and improving their mental health. So that is why we have pautwas and other things, organizing the events and other tasks. So it has evolved so much. I remember when there were only 5 or 6 members, what we did was just to meet and brainstorm on the content for the page, and also the content for the videos that you want to publish, both in the page and in YouTube. So it was exciting because we were very much involved with the school activities. Since we were the documentation team, we would, for example, the Lakan and Lakambini, during that time, we were doing the photo shoots, high school day, and other things. So yeah, from 4 members, as the year went by, the members grew from 5 to 6 until it became 40. So it's the whole section the class section became members of the Young Netizens Club. Perhaps the reasons because we had an application form back then. So yeah, it's more or less being involved in activities, expressing their talents, expressing their skills, and getting free food. Because there were 40 of us as members, so we were growing the engagement of the school page. So as part of their training, they were taught to create graphic designs, memes, and then they published it, they uploaded it on the school FB page to gain organic followers. Well, we used to invite followers, but then we made it organic, so we tried to publish or uploaded pictures, videos, and all. And also, again, we covered events like sports fest. The members, the club members, covered through FB Live. So yeah, it was really an exciting time during those years, 2017 to 18, because we were like very active, and that's the time when the FB page really gained a lot of followers. And I remember we only had one DSLR camera, so it was like a challenge for us to document. But despite that, we have a lot of talented members from the graphic design, from video editing, from photography. I really got no problem with implementing the tasks, because they're so efficient, they're so talented, that the work became very easy. And then yeah, every year the club grew, and then we also like have team building. So I think during that time the bond really became strong, and until now we still have club members who I became friends with, even though they graduated from high school. So we still meet, we still talk over, converse over drinks, and we still travel and all those. So we became good friends. And now at present, the members continue to got interested, and then the page also expanded, not just only the information arm, but still it continues to perform its task, and engaging the followers, gaining some followers, and at the same time receiving criticisms from followers. We experience a lot of things, not just happy moments, but also moments wherein our patients were challenged. I remember when we were doing the Teachers' Day celebration, organizing that, we planned it to be a surprise for the teachers, but that's very memorable for me, because I was really surprised, and I was enraged with that event. The members kept the balloons. Back then the high school building was not really that finished, so they kept the balloons to surprise the teachers. They kept some third floor, but the principal caught them, and then they were reprimanded, they were scolded. And then I remember I was in the computer room, and then the members entered, they were crushed. And I told them and asked them what happened, and they told them that the principal reprimanded them, scolded them because of that. And I was so enraged, and I immediately went to the principal's office and explained and asked for an explanation why she did that, and took our stand, because we were supposed to surprise, because it's Teachers' Day. But in the end, yeah, everything was cleared, and then we still held the event, but now it's not a surprise anymore. So we held it in the public plaza, but it was very memorable for me. It was a full force effort of the members, and that's when I realized, wow, we can do anything, we can do everything with the force shown by the club. And right now it still continues, the spirit lives on. And as I observe with the current members right now, they still um imbibe that value, that spirit of the previous TYNC members. So yes, we still have the same tasks, but now, yeah, the concept, the ideas that really came from them, the creativity, I hands down, I couldn't ask for anything else in regards to the talent and the creativity that they show. So that's how it evolved. It really evolves now from one DSLR camera. Some members have cameras, so the documentation is just, easy. The values, the attitude that they show in every challenge, it pretty much reflects of what kind of personality they have. And I really have high hopes for these members, even though probably they graduate from high school. Still I have hopes that they'll achieve something, just like the other members did in the previous years. We have encountered a lot of challenges as club members, so there's nothing, that heavy that we cannot surpass or overcome. At some point, I would say that the administrator has been very supportive in our efforts to uh, make people aware the presence of the school through social media. And I'm very much thankful for the previous principal who approved the formation of the Young Netizens Club and understanding its function, the documentation, the management of social media page like the FB page and the YouTube channel. So yes, somehow she was supportive, especially with the effort that the club makes, especially in organizing the events. So all the events were approved. The PAUT was an approved event of the club since then. So we organized a lot of pautwases already. So I would say the admin's very supportive, and they're very much we follow, we obey rules as long as we deem it right, as long as we don't violate the vision, mission and objectives of the school. So yes, we're in for it. Lately, everything was good. I mean, since the formation of the club, the organization of the events, the help that we render to the school in documentation and other events. I don't know why lately, for some reason, we were like banned from taking pictures anymore. And it happened just this week. The current principal has issued a memo that all the contents that will be uploaded in our social media page, the STHS FB page, will be submitted to her. And we were very much surprised. The club was surprised because ever since the club was formed, the previous principal, the admin, was very much aware of our function, and especially in documentation. STHS FB page is very much independent, especially with the decisions of the admin, since it has a social media manager who assess all the contents. So probably the previous administrator put the trust that everything that goes out of the social media page is was responsibly done. So I don't know why just days ago, especially during the sports fest, that our club as an information and documentation arm was not allowed to take pictures. it was a sad thing because the club members were just, it created intimidation. It created somehow doubt because that was our role, that was our function, that is our function, and it was for us in a way a censorship because the followers, the alumni, seek though all the things that are happening, especially with that big event like sports fests. The school just had a sports fest for the first time since pandemic. So we owe it to the followers, we owe it to the alumni to know what is going on, the excitement. They wanted to see what is happening, and the school principal just barred us, censored us in uploading contents just because it violates the VMO. I mean, if you try to think about it prudently, logically, if you're going to browse, if you're going to scroll all the contents in the school page, it hasn't violated the vision mission. All our only responsibility is to inform, is to document, and that's it. And along with that, we are very careful. We also weigh, we responsibly, that's our mindset. You think before we click. So if there were pictures, if there are posts that might offend people, as social media administrator, as a social media producer, yeah, we assess. We don't just upload anything there. We screen, we filter it, we question ourselves, we give feedback. And that's the only thing lacking from the school administrator, from the school principal, the lack of feedback. STHS FB page is independent. Now that I'm not a faculty member, STHS FB page is not just any other page. It has established itself with the efforts of all the club members since 2016. And being an independent page and being an information arm, we also set protocols. We want to hear feedback from the school admin also, and not just hasty decisions, not just the last minute decisions, but we need also to understand why we were barred from documenting the event. On the other hand, we have to follow. I mean, it's a school principal who decides everything, so we don't have any choice but to follow. And then as a consultant, I'm not an advisor anymore because I'm out of the school. We needed to follow, so I stopped all the tasks, I stopped all the documentation and all the graphics, the results of the games. We stopped, and that's it. So we didn't want to complain, but before we went off the air, the social media, I wrote a letter explaining our position on why the school FB page will not be censored. So we are waiting for the feedback, and we just thought that our service is not needed anymore because of the feud between some faculty members and the school principal. So we have nothing to do with that. But then again, because of the feud, the club is affected and we are involved in it. But that's the only thing that we want. It's only the feedback, but we haven't received any. So the club, I would say, currently does not have the support of the current administration. But then again, as I've said, we already have established ourselves as a club, and our social media presence. So yes, it will continue to grow even without the support of the school because it's independent and we are very resilient. So yeah, it wouldn't be a problem for us because as I've said, we have already established ourselves, our presence. So from now on, we have separated our service, cut our service to the school, and we are going to take a new path. And the followers, the engagement is still there, but it's not our loss. Advice that I want to give for other schools that want to form clubs such as this, especially when it involves social media, make it clear there must always be a feedback. In our case, we know that we have a clear conscience, especially that our only responsibility is to disseminate information, to document. And we know for a fact that we would never publish or upload anything that violates the school's mission, vision, and objectives. And so make it clear your roles and responsibilities, your job description, your function as a club. And always instill to the members the responsible use of social media. And ready for the challenges because you are not only involved within the school premise, but you are engaging a lot of online users, of online followers. So make sure that your heart is strong to face all the challenges. I think I have answered all the questions related to the Young Netizens Club. I am doing this not because it's the end of the era for us, because the school admin has censored and barred us from documenting, and hence it clearly shows that we're out of the school anymore. But as club members, it will always stay. It may not be inside the school, but outside the school. We are not stuck. No, we only expand. So as the Young Netizens Club, we expand. And since we are being redirected, make sure that the change is going to be great. So yes, the Young Netizens Club is here to stay. The page is here to stay, and expect the contents will be bigger, better, and bolder.